Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I would like to share my experience at the Bread and Honey Festival in Mississauga, the city where I live. This was my second time participating in this festival and I had been looking forward to it for a very long time. Last year, because of serious personal circumstances, I had to miss it, so this year I was especially excited to return. After experiencing unusually cold weather and challenging conditions at another one of my favorite festivals in Beaton, I was hoping that this event would be more successful and enjoyable. Early in the morning, my husband Yuri and I left home and headed to beautiful Memorial Park located beside the Credit River in the historic village Streetsville. The setting itself is wonderful, with mature trees, green spaces, and the river creating a pleasant atmosphere for visitors and vendors alike. For the third year in a row, the artisan and vendor area was located on the island section of the park. This arrangement is quite convenient because vendors can leave their displays and equipment overnight without constantly worrying about damage or theft. It also creates a separate, cozy marketplace where visitors can stroll, browse handmade products, and enjoy the festival at a relaxed pace. As we arrived and began setting our booths, we were full of hope and anticipation, looking forward to what promised to be a memorable weekend. And as we make our way to where we were still set up our tent, let me tell you a little about the history of this festival. This year marked the 54th anniversary of the Bread and Honey Festival, one of the oldest and most beloved community festivals in Mississauga. The festival began in 1973 as a community celebration of Streetsville's history and heritage. The name Bread and Honey was chosen because it reflects the area's historic roots. Streetsville grew around flour milling industry, which played a major role in the village's development. The founder of Streetsville, Timothy Street, established a flour mill here in early 1820s, and milling remained an important part of the local economy for generations. The honey portion of the name came from the many local beekeepers that once operated in the area. What started as a small community event quickly became an annual tradition. Today, the festivals attract thousands of visitors who come to enjoy live entertainment, artisans, food vendors, riders, rides, family activities, and of course, the famous bread and honey that gave the festival its name. More than half a century later, the Bread and Honey Festival remains a celebration of community spirit, local history, and the unique character of Streetsville, often called the village in the
There,
city.
guys.
When we arrived at our spot, I was
Hello.
pleasantly surprised to discover that we had assigned the same location as last time. It was very convenient, and I think it
Morning.
also reflects the organizers' care and attention. In fact, I must say that the organization of this festival is excellent. We quickly set up our tent, arranged the tables, and I began unpacking my handmade creations. Everything seemed perfect. The sky was blue, the sun was shining, and despite the cool temperature, we were excited and ready for the festival to begin. Then, quite suddenly, the wind arrived. At first, it did not seem too serious, but it kept getting stronger and stronger. Within a short time, it became the day's main challenge. Anyone who participates in outdoor festivals knows how dangerous strong winds can be. Tent can be damaged, display can collapse, and products can easily be blown away. Because of the wind, I was unable to display many of my items. I had to keep only the heavier products on the tables and leave much of my inventory packed away for safety. Looking around, I could see that every vendor was facing the same struggle. What impressed me most was how quickly the organizers responded. Volunteers were constantly moving throughout the vendor area, helping secure tents, checking ropes and weights, and making sure everyone was safe. Every 30 minutes or so, someone would stop by to ask whether we need help or if everything was right. The support made a tremendous difference and helped everyone stay calm despite the difficult conditions. The strong wind continued until late afternoon. Only then did it begin to ease, and as the weather improved, more visitors started arriving. The atmosphere became more cheerful and it finally felt like a festival. That evening we left everything set up overnight. Fortunately, there was no rain in the forecast and the city provided overnight security for the island. We felt comfortable leaving on our booth in place. The next morning there was still a little wind, but nothing compared to the previous day. Soon the sun came out and the weather turned beautiful and the festival completely transformed. Sunday was increasingly busy. I asked my husband Yuri to walk around and film the festival because I enjoyed showing other vendors and the variety of products they bring. Unfortunately, I was so busy that I hardly had a chance to leave my booth. Aside from greeting a few people in the morning, I spent most of the day talking with visitors and helping customers. What I remember most about that day was the atmosphere. After surviving such a windy and stressful Saturday, everyone seemed genuinely happy on Sunday. Vendors were smiling, visitors were enjoying themselves, and there was a feeling of friendship and community. It almost felt like a large family that had gone through a challenge together and was now celebrating the fact that everything had worked out. The day passed so quickly that before we knew it, the festival was coming to the end.
Hello. Ah, different cakes. That's nice.
Despite the stormy beginning, the Bread and Honey Festival turned out to be an extremely successful and enjoyable event for us. We left tired but happy, grateful to everyone who visited our booth, and already looking forward to returning next year.